doesn't rotate. So he's putting himself in a position that is non-beneficial for rotation. And he's getting his power from here. Mark said it, losing posture. Oftentimes, posture starts from the inability to use your pelvic bend properly. Paul has two things he doesn't have that are effective: pelvic rotation, hip rotation, or pelvic bend. So they all kind of tie in together, those three things. So what I want to do is go after, like Mark said, the most static of them all. What can we control? And that is set up posture. Ultimately, hoping to obtain better impact posture. So Paul, what I want you to do is I want you to put your feet together where you are, hands together straight, and bend over, touch your toes, keeping your knees straight. So what do we have here? We have about that far between his toes, the top of his toes, and his fingers. That's about 7 or 8 inches. That's a lot, all the way up. And one thing, let's turn sideways. No, face your screen right there. Good. Feet together, and go ahead, bend over. You see right here on Paul's back, this is where he bends. This is where he uses his spine to help get down toward his toes, rather than his hips all the way up. Now, one more time. He has about a 2-inch posterior shift all the way up when he goes back. Now, what does he do in his golf swing? Where does his butt move? Forward. He really extends. The toe touch test has a component of a posterior tilt. All right. When I go down into a toe touch, how far does my butt move backwards? 2 inches? He's saying 5. He went 2. So he has a tendency to go just a little bit, and then what does he do to touch his toes? He uses his spine instead of keeping going with his hips. Now, one of the neat things about the toe touch is your butt moves backwards, so your upper body or your forward bend doesn't tip you over forward and face plant in the ground. He knows he can't do that because, number one, he doesn't use his hips properly, so his spine goes into this position, C posture, to obtain it. What I believe is it sets off a cycle of bad things that are happening in his golf swing. Mark doesn't like it because it doesn't allow him to do things in a golf swing that he wants him to do. So let's see if we can improve it. All right, so what I'm going to have you do is I just want you to put your toes up on this guy right here. All right, feet together, toes up. And we're going to go through maybe 30 repetitions of a couple different moves. Keep it easy for you. I want you to put this between your knees. Okay. Now, you're going to do 10 toe touches, but here's your rules. Yep, I want your feet together as close as you can get them. You're going to do 10 toe touches. Your rules are: number 1, try to keep your knees as straight as possible. Number 2, squeeze the heck out of that black towel. Okay, squeeze it. So you're going to go up, squeeze, and down 10 times. So what I did is gave Paul a little cheater. I put his feet or toes 3 inches closer to his fingers. All right, that makes it easier. Not necessarily, because what does that do to the back side of Paul's